Okay, this next technique is raining lance. Raining lance is against an overhead stabbing knife attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet the shape of that attack by stepping off the line and parrying that attack downward with my left hand. Simultaneously, my right hand is going to join that action by coming up and creating a bit of a shield. It's almost like a double factor, but it's a bit of a shield, kind of protecting myself with the back of the hand of my right arm. So the left parries, the right hand comes up, and it shifts along the same orbit as the left, and then we hit the person in the thigh with the stabbing knife. So we're assuming that we've caused the person to basically stab themselves with the knife. All right, so the left leg steps off the line, parry, right hand comes up underneath, and it kind of pumps that attack down into the thigh of the opponent. Now I'm going to take my left and keep it there on top of the hand and the knife, the hand that the knife is being wielded in. My right elbow is going to shift forward, striking the shoulder, opening them up into the chest with a roundhouse elbow. My right hand is then going to replace the left as I shift into a modified closed kneel stance, and I'm going to do what I call an eagle's talon to the throat, and it's an inverted eagle's talon. So I'm taking these fingers and pinching into the throat. I'm going to pull under the throat as I shift again from one closed kneel stance to another closed kneel stance, and I'm going to shift into another eagle's talon strike into the eyes. From here, I'm going to track up the body with the left chop. I'm going to C-step around the opponent's right leg with my right cat stance, chopping the neck and stepping directly forward, anchoring my elbow. Now, assuming that the knife is still in the leg of my opponent, I'm going to grab the knife out, and I'm going to shift and stab, release, take the knife on the other side of the throat. I'm going to push the head forward, slicing back, cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, there's one more version of this without the knife. At the end, you can actually just do a hammer strike and then just push the person off. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this on Sensei. Actually, go right under the edge, open it up. Yeah. So as he comes in, I'm following the shape of the attack with the left hand, and that's the primary move defensively. The right hand is the insurance policy. It comes up and, like I said, acts as that shield as it kind of follows and guides, helps guide the weapon down. And if I need to, as you can see, I shift it forward and adjust it closer to him here. So now we're assuming that he just stabbed himself. Now I'm going to take my right elbow, strike him in the chest, opening him up. Bam, from that position, I'm going to take my right hand, plant it on top of the fist that's holding the knife, keeping it there, checking it, and then shifting in. I even have a knee check with this closed kneel stance, shifting in and grabbing the throat. I then pull the throat forward as I shift back into the eyes, again replacing the hand with the left. Now I'm going to track up the body with a left chop to the throat, C-stepping around the right leg through a cat stance. Chop, now is when I grab the weapon out of his grasp, I step forward, and I stab. I take the weapon here, take the heel palm to the face, slice, and back. Okay? Show you a couple of different variations of this as we hit a few different angles. As he comes in, parry. Notice that my body doesn't stay facing him. When I parry, I let my body face the other direction as I close my center line out here. I then pump in, strike, elbow, throat, eyes. From here, I'll cat around, chop, and if that knife is still not there, maybe he's dropped it, I can always throw it just a hammer strike, a chop to the throat, cross out, step back on guard. Another variation, let me kind of show the camera at about that angle. He comes in, 1, 2, in, elbow, throat, eyes. Catch, now I can drop to my knee as I snap the spine, stab, catch, roll him over on guard. Okay? There's a different variation that I like to teach. We can go over that in a private lesson with you. But the classical variation there, or the classical technique, is the parry with this pumping arm. So practice it this way, get good at it, explore it, and ask questions if you need to, okay? So that's reining lands.